Good afternoon, everyone. I'm at Avery Park today for a change of scene. Blackfen, so it's not Kent birding this time. I was going to do several trips around the borough because there's only about 5 hours today. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday are going to be complete write-offs weather-wise, so I'm going to get all my birding done today. And I thought I'd pop into all the different spots I know: Danson, Crossness, Lesness Abbey, look for redpoles, siskins. It's very, very cold. Actually, you know what? It's actually quite warm because, I've said this before, the wind is pretty much non-existent. I've had the camera on the tripod at the 800 millimeters and it's been absolutely fine. There's been no little gusts of wind. And I've been using it for, a moment ago I saw a great spotted woodpecker on a faraway tree and I put it into the 4K crop mode and it didn't waver at all. So there's no wind at all. Brilliant. So I'm very, very warm. I'm actually thinking of taking his hat off in a minute. Tomorrow's going to be 12 degrees. Crazy. 4 today, 12 tomorrow. But the great spotted woodpecker flew over to the tree just next to me, so managed to get underneath it. Unfortunately, a couple of little branches obscuring the view. But they're about. I've heard them tapping away. I even saw a couple walk past me, and as soon as the tapping started, I heard, "Look, woodpecker." So people know what it is. Big surprise, especially this close into London. This is technically a London postcode. So I'll show you the kestrel in a minute. The kestrel hunts here is right above my head. Very, 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 very relaxed kestrel. He's obviously used to all the dog walkers. So I've been playing cat and mouse with him, trying to get a good angle of him. But the surprise was there's a little stream running through that isn't frozen. And I think nothing's frozen because of the lack of wind. And in this weather, birds still need to bath and to drink. And I saw this light coloured bird come out and land on a branch, and it was a goldfinch. And normally I would goldfinch, I thought, no, let's film everything, bulk up the video. And as I went to set the camera up, something flew up on the right of it, which was more beige, bland. And I thought, whatever, it's probably. And then I thought, wait a minute, probably what? Check it out. Forget the goldfinch for a second. So I honed in on it, and it was a greenfinch, female greenfinch. What a touch. And it sat still for about 20 seconds. So this is it. Don't go, if something else unusual pops up, don't be looking at the stuff that you normally do. It's easy to get caught out just getting photos and video of things you've already got. Always be keeping an eye around you for other things happening. Actually, did you just see the kestrel go by? Kestrel's just up there. I wonder if that was it. But yeah, I've got a jay already, but let me just film this in real time so I can show you. I'll use the tripod for a bit of stability. Where are you? And there you are. Record. There he goes. So there's been a lot of chaffinch action here, which has been difficult because I had to check every single one, as is my way, to make sure there's nothing else with them, because that'd be great. I've already seen the greenfinch, but there's a chaffinch up there right now. There was a flock of about 7 or 8 over here. I had to go through every single one, manually focusing to check, because I want that unusual bird. But yeah, the jay, there was a jay over there, a couple of young jays jumping around, and I haven't got, did I? No, I didn't manage to get the tripod out for it. But like I've said before, what I do is I try and get the bird first for 10 seconds. If I think it's sitting still long enough, I set this up. I just tried to set it up a moment ago for the kestrel. It took me 2 minutes for the camera to face directly at it without it bouncing all over the place, adjusting the legs. I couldn't, the ground was uneven, the grass was moving. It's good fun. But then when you get that footage on a tripod, it's night and day difference, isn't it? Makes you look completely professional. So you can hear the chaffinch. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah. Yep, female. Yeah, but we've got several female and male. And the kestrel's on that tree there, so I'm going to try and move over now and get a bit of tripod footage of it, okay? I think I've caught up with everything, but so far so good. You know what, I think we might stay here the rest of the day. It's just a great change of scenery. I'm going to try different parks now, because when I think about going to Crossness, I think, well, I've already done that many, many times. And it is exciting, even though all the birds are the same. It's exciting to see a new place, isn't it? And the birds present themselves in a different way in a different place, different behaviours and different photo and video opportunities. That was a really good day. Met up with my friend Ricky Howe. He's a local birder in Eltham. So when we met up, we bumped into how can you bump into birds? We found a massive flock of Redwing flying around. And at first they were quite jumpy, and then they just started landing 5-10 feet away. And I used my new, calm down, the wood pigeons are mad round here. Yeah, this all along here is good for robins. And this is where I saw a buzzard was it last year? Yeah, it's 2025 now, I forget. Anyway, the Redwing, yeah, so I used my new 4K crop to get right up to the face of one that was just sitting still for about 5 minutes. And it was doing sort of with its neck. And what it was doing was ejecting, what are they called? The seeds of the berries they'd been eaten. And so what they must do is they must fill their tummy with these seeds for a period of time, let the stomach acids digest the fruit, and then they sit still for 5 minutes and spit out the seeds, the pips. There was a wren here earlier. So yeah, I was trying to get some video of Redwing when it landed in front of a tree, so there was no sky, because yeah, the sky always, the whiteout sky never looks good. Yep, that's a squirrel making a racket. And yeah, so we came up to the main road, and there was a young male kestrel hunting, and it was no wind and sitting on the branch long enough for me to set my tripod up. And it hunted for a bit. There's some cut up bits of trees out on the grass, and it was obviously looking in there for rodents or maybe even worms, because it was really keeping an eye on that area. And you can imagine that is a good area for rodents to nest in or walk around with a bit of cover, because the grass is quite short there. Still coming across lots and lots of chaffinch, male and female, really good flocks of them. And Ricky said, yeah, this is really good here for greenfinch and for chaffinch. Plenty of them here. And he would sit and watch the kestrels, and while he was watching the kestrels, these chaffinch would be flying all around him on this open bit where the kestrels hunt. That is what was that? That was probably a song thrush. Yeah, because I just went to the path behind my old sixth form Crown Woods, where I remember I had an accident on my bicycle and I went over the handlebars trying to avoid two people. I was cycling too quickly, and we just walked down there and did one of the interviews for YouTube. My first birder interview, and had to be Ricky, didn't it? Because he's the person I see the most often. So it was time to get that done with him. So I look forward, that's going to be, well, you'll have seen it before you see this video. So go back and look out for it. It's a great interview. Really comes across well on camera. And yeah, because we were just down the end of this path. That was definitely a kestrel. We were standing down at the end of the path here, and two locals walked by and chatting what we've seen and what we're looking for. And they mentioned they've seen some pictures of a local birder called Ricky Howe. And I went, well, here he is. He's here. This is the famous Ricky Howe. So I reckon Ricky, you should start up a YouTube channel then. He said he got stuff in was it the paper or the Facebook groups, and he did a double page spread or something. Yeah, you should start up. If you get, if you're well known around here, why not start it up? Be the birder of your local area, because I don't think any other bird watchers are posting for this area. So get in there. And anyway, where I went off track here. I did see a song thrush down the road around the back of the Crown Woods, and it was absolutely stationary in this tree. And I was checking if it was a Redwing, because it had the profile the same size and shape, but lacked the red. And I'm sure that's a song thrush. I still mix up song thrush and missile thrush. I normally have to see the size of them to get the song thrush is slightly smaller, and the missile thrush is a big beefy bird. Just after we did the interview, there was a couple of goldcrests. You're walking along and it's unmistakable when you hear them. But I would have had to have filmed at 12,800 ISO, and it was just pointless. Lots of jays. Oh yeah, yeah. That area is known for jays. And look, there's a golf course off to the left, which I'm always really wary about golf courses. Like when we were down in Joss Bay, you just, whenever you hear a golf ball being struck, you just, it's going to hit me in the head. And but there were a couple of Egyptian geese up on the mound, and Ricky said they're there all the time. And there's a little pond, and I stared at it, stood still, and I stared. That's one trick you have to learn to do when you're a bird watcher, is occasionally stand still and just let your vision relax to see any kind of movement. And I just stared at this pond, and then I saw something moving across, and I thought, it's very, very tiny, but it's not making the water ripple. It's got to be a grey wagtail. And it was a grey wagtail. So I filmed it through the fence, which was metal. It was a bit hazy because of that. I tried to sort of get above it, and it never happened. So yeah, just, I mean, all these little birds, they, you know, the song thrush, the goldcrest, grey wagtail, Egyptian geese, even though it's not a mega busy day, we have seen, well, technically we have seen lots of stuff. Nothing except the kestrels in terms of raptors, but I like all of the greenfinch, the chaffinch, the woodpeckers, and all the usual, lots of robins, blue tits, great tits, goldfinch. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't, I always come out with low expectations. If I get something like the close-up of the Redwing and the really clear video of the greenfinch low down, the female greenfinch, not against the white-out sky, was enough for me. Those two all go on the thumbnail. I think that covers it. Yeah, I should really write stuff down to remember, but it was a nice little day. Avery Hill, the Avery Hill area. I mean, there's lots of trees here, lots of grassland, lots going on. I'm sure if I was here for 6-7 hours, yeah, I can't complain. There's a nice new little bit of turf that I've explored locally. 10 minutes drive from where I am, and lots to see. So yeah, very pleasant walk.